Howdy, howdy. Hey there, friends. Happy day to you. It's one of my favorite times of the year. The Sephora spring sale is upon us, and I have done some shopping. And I wanted to film today's video in a little bit of a different way because you guys know I film this every single time Sephora has a sale for the last few years and years and years since they've had it. I always do one every year. And this year I was like, do you guys really want to see this? Like, I know you know all the products that are on my favorites list. You guys know what I'm going to talk about, but it's fun to do it anyway. And in case there's anyone new to the channel, hello. We're a little bit particular with our beauty products over here, okay? We've got long-lasting faves. Only the best of the best lives in this Sephora cart. You get it, okay? Anyway, so what I've done is I've made a little list. I made a little shop my list. You can go to the link below. I'm gonna list all of the favorites, all of my Sephora favorites, pretty much all the main products that always exist or are currently existing in my everyday makeup collection. My best of the best top picks are all gonna be listed on that little page. So if you wanted to see everything, you can check out that page that's listed below. Meryl also agrees in the background. Thank you, Meryl. Gonna break this video up into 3 sections, okay? The first section is gonna be what I've already bought. So yesterday I ran to the mall. It was a madhouse. It was a Saturday at the mall with the Sephora sale starting. It was a zoo in there. There were people everywhere. I waited in a very long line, but I did pick up a few things, and then I had picked up a few things before the sale started. So I'm gonna show you what I bought, starting with the haul. Here's what I bought. Now, twice a year when the Sephora sale does come around, I love to restock on my most used products, my everyday items, mainly being my brow pencils. Now, I do play with a lot of different brow things, but I always pick up a Dior Show brow styler. I use the shade Blonde, and my natural brow hairs are actually quite cool toned. Like, they're pretty, like they're brown, but they're a light brown. It's kind of more of a taupe, but whenever I buy a taupe brow pencil, it can just be a little bit too gray. So the color of the Dior Blonde brow styler, I just love so much, and it's one of my most used brow pencils always. I always have one on hand. And then I also love the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. I get this one in the shade 3. It's a little bit warmer, it's a little bit deeper, but kind of just depending on what I'm feeling, I will use either of these. So I always restock my brow pencils. I didn't restock any of my mascaras because I did have some on hand, but I would otherwise also be restocking that. Now, I actually did buy a fresh Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude Lip Cheat Lip Pencil because I did pull this out of my stash. I did a little shopping of my stash, and I've actually really been loving the color as per a lot of your recommendations, but mine, I swear, is like so old. It's really disgusting. It's totally dried up, and I have been using it, but every time I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to repurchase this. I need a new one. I'm certain it's like 4 or 5+ years old, and it is so expired. So I did pick up a fresh one, adding that to the everyday lip liner lineup. Now, a few skincare restocks. I picked up a fresh Glow Recipe Avocado Ceramide Moisture Barrier Cleanser. Love this cleanser so much. I use it. Dan uses it. We go through so many bottles of this. We each have one at our sink, and then we also have one in the shower. So had to replenish the cleanser. I also always pick up a Caudalie Grape Water Spray. I always have one of these on hand. I just like to keep it on my bathroom counter and spray my face with it at various times throughout the day. I always have one of those on hand. Now, we actually have a very warm weather trip coming up, so I wanted to pick up a fresh Shiseido Clear Sunscreen Stick. This is SPF 50. Love to have this on the go, especially when I'm traveling to warmer weather. I love to put this on my hands, and I also want to remind myself to keep one of these in the car. Again, to put on my hands when I'm driving because I'm really good. I've been very consistent about my face sunscreen, but I need to remember the hands a lot more. So I picked up one of these, one of my favorite little sticks. It's a clear stick. It's really cool to look at and also really fun to use. So fresh SPF. And then I had actually ordered this one online like a week and a half ago. Don't ask me why I didn't wait for the Sephora sale, but I was out and I just needed it, and you have to order it online, and I needed it before my trip. I need to wash my brushes, but I always buy the Cinema Secrets Makeup Brush Cleaner. This is amazing. You could totally just use your shampoo, but if you're lazy like me and you always forget to wash your brushes and you just need to do it when you're on the go and you don't want to wait for them to dry overnight, this is an amazing option. They have the jumbo ones that you can order online, so that's what I get. I just pour it into a little cup, wash all my brushes, keep them nice and clean. Now, when I was at the checkout at Sephora, they had a cutie little beauty blender section, and they had this limoncello, a little beachy summer version. It's so cute. It's yellow, and I mean, it's so funny because I love the packaging of it. It's got like little beach umbrellas and lemons and stuff. It's just a yellow beauty blender. Usually I buy the Black Pro beauty blender, but I do love to have a beauty blender refresh because it's a sponge, and who knows how much bacteria is being harbored in there. So I do love to pick one of these up, and I just thought the yellow was really cute and very spring and summer fresh, so why not? And then this is another product that I actually already had in the stocks. I did buy this before. I just don't know if I mentioned it, but usually during the Sephora sale, I would refill my makeup setting sprays and my MAC Fix Plus. So like my Benefit setting spray, MAC Fix Plus. But I did pick up the coconut because I'm so sad that they discontinued this. I love the smell. I love the color. I think it's so lovely. But I do have a refill of my MAC Fix Plus. So the regular one works just as well. What can you do? And I also didn't need a refill of my Benefit setting spray because I've already got one on hand. So those are the things that I bought. There's a couple of other things I kind of have my eye on. I'm really going back and forth about picking up the new YSL Love Shine lipsticks. A few of them look really beautiful. I love how the formula looks, but I'm also like kind of trying to just be on a lip product no buy. And then in case you missed it, I also just recently filmed a new makeup video where I had bought a few things before the sale as well. So if you wanted to see a few of the new things I picked up, go check that video out. We already got some new things in the lineup. So those are a few of the things that I restocked. That's my Sephora haul that I did this weekend. So part 2 consists of products that I already have. These are things that I already have stocked in my cupboard, some backups that I have, some PR things I've already received. So it's kind of a mix of backups of products that I love and things that I'm also excited to try that I've received in PR. So how's that for a title? Which might I add, I am very grateful to those brands who keep me stocked on my favorite things. To you, I love you. Thank you so much. But here's the things that I already have. Okay, let's start with a couple of hair things. Now, technically I did get this from Cult Beauty, and might I just say, you can use my code at any time, CBX Selena on Cult Beauty. It's not just twice a year, it's all the time. So if you wanted to save coin on things that are on Cult Beauty. For all my European people out there who don't necessarily get to have as much fun in the Sephora sale, you get the Cult Beauty sale all the time. So to Cult Beauty, I say thank you so much for the restock on the Amika Hydro Rush Intense Moisture Mask. Been loving this hair mask, and I do have a backup of that. Another hair product that I love, I don't talk about all the time, but I always use it, is the Kerastase Nutritive 8-Hour Magic Night Serum. I have gone through 2 bottles, like I'm on my 2nd bottle of this, and I do have a backup Kerastase. Thank you so much. This is something so beautiful to just throw into your hair and sleep in. It feels amazing. I also have a backup of my Armani Luminous Silk Concealer. I have this one in the shade 5. That's the shade that I use going into spring and summer, definitely, but also when I have my fake tan, shade 5 is my shade. And thanks so much to Armani. I love you so much. Thank you for this beautiful refill. Speaking of concealer, actually, I was thinking of getting a backup of my Tower 28 concealer, but I do just have a few on the go. I don't think I'm anywhere near using it up yet, so I held myself back, okay? We've got some backups. We'll survive. I also have a backup of the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation, but it's the shade 4 Neutral, which is my deeper shade, my fake tan shade. So I do expect to pull this out going into spring and summer as well. Even though I'm loving the House Labs one so much, it kind of gives the same vibe, honestly. But now that I've been using the House Labs one for so long, I'm excited to go back to that and see how I feel. So we'll keep you guys posted going into spring. Watch this space. A new product that I've actually been using for the last few weeks that I haven't mentioned is this Dior Hyaluronic Wrinkle Corrector. It's their Capture Total, basically just like a hyaluronic acid serum in a tube. And I have been using this as my eye cream and also on little spots and areas. I've been testing it out. I'm already halfway through the tube because I've just been drenching my body in it, but I do have a backup of this. Thank you so much to the Dior team. This is beautiful. And then I also have a Lancome Lashy Doll Mascara. I think I bought this a while ago. I have this one in the black. It's one of my favorite mascaras in general that I've used. It's one of my top picks from the mascaras that are available at Sephora. So obviously love to restock on the mascaras, but I'm on the Lisa Eldridge train right now. The mascara is incredible. It's a product, unfortunately, that you can't get on Sephora. You guys have let me know that it is available on Space NK, which from my fam across the pond, that is incredible, incredible news. Lisa, we beg of you to bring it here. So that's the current backups that I have of products that I already use and love. Now some new things that have come in PR that I'm excited about and I probably would have purchased anyway out of my own curiosity and for reviewing purposes. One of them being the new Tatcha Silk Sunscreen. If you guys remember, I used this up completely. I loved it so much. It's such a beautiful face sunscreen. It wears so beautifully under makeup, but the packaging was crazy and like flaked off everywhere and would get all over your face, all over your hands, and it was just annoying. So apparently they've completely redone the packaging, which is very exciting. And I will absolutely be bringing that with me on my trip to see how it goes and how it compares to the original formula. Is it the same? I don't know. Is it just the packaging that's updated? We'll see. Very excited about that one. Thank you, Tatcha. Then I got a very lovely little package from Summer Fridays. They sent over a travel size jet lag mask, which again, for my upcoming trip is very perfect. Thank you so much, Summer Fridays. And they also included their overnight eye serum, which we've got new in to try. So I'm excited to test that out. A few other skincare products. I got a package in from Ulla Henriksen. I don't know why I haven't tried it up until now, honestly. I do love a good masking moment. I have been really behind on my masking ritual and like keeping up with it actually every week. So they sent over the cold plunge pore mask. I've seen so many people rave about this and use it all the time. So looking forward to trying that. And then I hadn't actually seen this one, but this is the Dewtopia 25% acid flash facial. Now, if anyone recalls my obsession with the Fat Glow facial, I forget what it was called, but it was the PHAT, the Fat Glow facial. Like, was it discontinued? I don't know what happened to that. I loved it so much. I went through so many bottles. I included bottles of them in all of my giveaways at that time. So I'm very excited to try this one. It says it's a transforming mask that retexturizes skin, which is something I always need. So we'll keep you guys posted on this one. That's a new mask to try. I also have a new body wash that was sent over from Salt and Stone. This is the Santal and Vetiver. In the words of Anna, forever and always, Vetiver Cedar. I will never, ever not hear her voice in my head whenever I hear the word Vetiver from her like OG makeup collection video that I forever listened to as an ASMR video. Anna, I love you forever. I did pull this out of the box and smell it. It smells divine. Now I did just get a bunch of like new body washes from Cult Beauty that I had bought and was also gifted from them. But you best believe that this is next up in the lineup. And then a new product that I was very much looking forward to trying and I've been very curious about was the new Makeup Forever HD Skin Hydro Glow Foundation. They sent over a couple of shades. Thank you so much to the Makeup Forever team. If you guys have tried this, please let me know your thoughts. There's not really been a Makeup Forever base product that I haven't liked, so I have high hopes for this one. I have high expectations, but I'll keep you posted on the new formula. Listen guys, I've got lots of backups, lots of things to go through in the cupboard, lots of fun newness to try. I'll keep you posted. Please let me know in the comments down below any products that you've picked up. What are some of the products that you're excited to try? And if there's anything that you're picking up in the sale, please let me know. Now, part 3 of today's video are my top Sephora recs. So my top beauty picks that I literally have in my everyday makeup setup, the things that I use all the time, and some of my favorite products, which again, I'm gonna know. I made an entire list of all of these. I'm gonna pick a few of these things out to show you, but for the most part, if you wanted the full comprehensive list, please check the description box down below. So I'm actually gonna start with brushes first, because most of my brushes you can't really buy at Sephora, but the top 2 that I use every single day without question are the IT Cosmetics No. 7 brush and the Morphe X Makeup by Ariel brush. These 2 have changed my life when it comes to my base. I love them so much. I use this one for foundation and contour because it's a double-sided brush, and then this one I use for all things concealer and powder. Now this one, unfortunately, you can only buy in the sets. They have one large set with all the brushes, and then they have a smaller set that's just the base face brushes, which is fine, but I don't use any of the other ones, and I love this brush so much. I've never used anything quite like it. It's so good. So that's included in my little Sephora faves, but just know, you can't buy it outside of the set, dear Morphe. I don't know what else we gotta say. It's such a good brush. Let us buy it separately. Now, speaking of brushes, I did want to mention that the Refer brushes, I love them so much. They're from Toronto. The 04 brush is the blush brush that I use. I have the 05 that I use for powder bronzers, any of my larger powder needs. They're also having a 40% off sale on their site right now, so I'm just letting you know. I'm going to link that in the description box down below as well, because these are the brushes that I always use, and I know you guys ask all the time, and they are having a big sale, which is exciting. Now, I recently did do a nice little clear out of my makeup drawers because I had a lot of products in here, but some of the things that I've been using and loving so much, the Armani eye tints, the shade 22M is the one that I've been putting on my eyes every day. I've also really been loving the Makeup Forever artist pencils. I use the browns. One is the shade 608 Limitless Brown. I love that one. Also 500 Boundless Bisque for the inner waterline. I also have a deeper brown. That's the shade 612 Dimensional Dark Brown. These are kind of the 3 that I've been floating around, which I love so much, and I don't think I've really mentioned them a whole lot, so those have been great. Also, the YSL Lash Clash Mascara in the shade Brown. Love this one for every day. The Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palettes. I have the original one as well as the new Neutrals one. If you're looking for matte eyeshadows and you just want every single possible shade that you can dream of, you're gonna get it in those. But then I also have my Patrick Ta eyeshadow palettes, which I also love so much. I like that they include the creams. So if you just want that one eyeshadow palette that's gonna do everything, you don't wanna buy separate cream products, you just want one to do it all. That's kind of what I love about these, is you get that cream variety in here, which is nice. They are very expensive, very expensive indeed, but I did do a huge declutter of all of my eyeshadow palettes, and the Patrick Ta and the Makeup by Mario ones were kind of the ones that remained. This is the original. This is the Major Dimension palette that also has the shimmers, which is very nice. Love those ones. I think they're really beautiful. I also love my Hindash eyeshadow palettes, which in this moment I'm like, I don't think they're available on Sephora. I usually get them on Beautylish, but the Hindash palettes also love so much, and those three in general have remained in my makeup collection. For blushes, we're not going crazy. I did pick up the new Patrick Ta Just Enough blush. That's the blush that I have on today. I prefer the cream side. I think I've maybe mentioned this before, but I would love for him to just bring the cream out. But for those of you who do like to mix cream and powder blushes, it is kind of nice to just have it in one. The Just Enough is my favorite shade that he's come out with by far, because I do love that lighter pink. Other than that, I have my Armani powder blushes in here. I've got my MAC, what shade is this? Blush Please Glow Play Blush. Love that one for every day. I have the Hourglass Ethereal Glow, which I've been rediscovering and using lately. Love so much. I have my Dior Backstage blushes. And then obviously I have all of my Nude Sticks blushes in here, which are my favorite cream blushes of all time. Bareback is one of my most used everyday shades always. And then I also have, obviously, Picante, which you'll be seeing a lot more of come spring and summer for sure. You guys know when the Crim Tear is back, Picante's being pulled out, baby. But this is the shade that I created with Nude Sticks, so obviously that forever lives in my everyday makeup drawer. I also have the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer blushes, which I love. For highlights, I have the Danessa Myricks Tiara Vision Flush Glow. Beautiful highlight. I also have my Nude Sticks Bubbly Bebe, the Victoria Beckham one, which isn't on Sephora, unfortunately, but Victoria Beckham Pearl. And then I also have the Westman Atelier Lit Up in the shade Nectar. That's kind of all the Sephora picks in here. Really, that's my fun, colorful drawer. Then on the other side, I've got my three powders, the lineup right here, the Laura Mercier setting powder, the Charlotte Tilbury setting powder, and my Givenchy No. 3 pink setting powder. I use all three of them for different things. Sometimes I use all three of them at the same time. Just know those are the three powders that live in here. I pretty much don't touch any other ones. I'm not even going to go through my base products because you guys know what the lineup has been. It's in the list in the description box down below. All my brow products, so many different lip products. No, you know what? I can't even go through the lips because it's just too many. We've got the new Armani Prisma Glass. That one's in the shade 2. I love shade 2 and shade 5. They're beautiful. We have the Summer Fridays lip oils, Kosas lipsticks, which I'm wearing the shade Malibu today. FYI. Love this pink. It's very beautiful. Road Ribbon, which isn't helpful for the Sephora sale. So I've got my Dior lip oils, always the pink and the rosewood. I've got the new MAC Maximal lipsticks, which shade Honey Love is a fun new rediscovery from years before. Dior No. 784, that succulent, beautiful, bright pink, which I love so much. I've got my Valentino lipstick, which unfortunately this shade is discontinued. It's 306R. Oh no, now is it just not on Sephora? I feel like they have this on their website, but regardless, the Valentino lipsticks are also amazing. Got some YSL lipsticks, some NARS lipsticks, Westman Atelier glosses, really, it's a lip hoarder's dream in this drawer. I actually need to go through and get rid of some of these that are in the everyday collection, but I was trying to shop my stash and just use all the shades that I have, so I just brought a big bag up and shoved it all in here. So there's lots of lip products, so many lip pencils. It's honestly disturbing. And I would also just like to note that my MAC Fix Plus lives here, and also my Benefit Professional Setting Spray that is always at my desktop. But I swear I just bought this, and I also just said, oh no, I don't need a refill of this, but now that I'm touching it, I'm like, oh my god, maybe I do need a refill. So JK, I'm gonna have to go back to Sephora during the sale and restock because I use that every single time I do my makeup, no matter what, always. So that pretty much wraps up my everyday faves. Those are the products that I reach for. That's what's currently living in my everyday makeup collection. And the only other thing that I'd like to say that I obviously say every single time the Sephora sale comes around is to take that time if you were thinking about making a purchase on a big ticket item, use that time to save. Obviously, if you have VIB Rouge and you're saving 20%, that's like the best. But I would take that time to purchase any big hair tools. So I love my T3 curling irons, the Dyson products, whether it be the Supersonic, the Airwrap, the straightener, any of the GHD hair tools. Like those are such expensive things. To be able to save some coin on that is obviously really nice. And also fragrances. So I'm not even going to go through my fragrances. I have so many favorites. I'm going to direct you to the little page of all my favorites that I made because I have a few of them listed there. But fragrance is a really personal thing, but obviously they're also really expensive. So expensive for a tiny little bottle of liquid, let's be frank, but it's a good time to save some money on that as well as gifts. Obviously, during the Sephora sales in the fall and also the spring, I love to stock up on my giveaways. So I did place a big online order for upcoming Everyday May giveaways. Stay tuned. Ding, 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 ding. And yeah, that's pretty much all I can think of. That's everything that's in my brain. But that's a wrap on all of the things that I am loving at the moment. Some things that I'm picking up in the Sephora sale, as well as some beauty products that I have my eye on and I can't wait to try. So I hope that this was thorough enough for you guys. This very deep look at all the products that I'm loving. And if you're one of those people who's on a beautiful makeup, beauty, no buy, hiatus, you're saying, see you later, I'm shopping my stash and I'm not buying any more new, I also support you, and thanks for being here and taking a peek. I love and appreciate you for it. So if you made it this far, bless you. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Thank you so much for being here and for watching, and I will see you all very soon for a new video. Bye!